Sister celebrations across the country, the ongoing enhanced continuous voter registration has seen 344,316 new voters since it began on 30th of March this year. However, in certain areas like Siaya, voter registration is moving slowly, with only a small fraction of new voters turning up despite nationwide efforts to encourage participation. Well, we have Anne Nderitu, who's an IEBC commissioner, with us on a call. She's going to actually be joining us in just a few moments to give us a few, of course, hints with regard to that story. But for now, let's hear that story.
As of yesterday, the exercise has registered 344,316 new voters alongside 18,610 transfers and 329 updates on voter details nationwide. In Siaya County, however, registration remains slow. According to County Registration Officer Kennedy Ogutu, only 586 new voters have been registered in the first 3 days, just 4% of the target.
Kwa wakati huu tumesajili watu wachache sana. Tunahimiza kila yule ambaye mzazi ama jenzis, ili ukiwa na kura, ukiwa na kipande au pasipoti iliyo valid, unafaa kuandikisha kuwa mpiga kura.
The government says efforts are underway to fast-track issuance of national identity cards, with over 1.7 million Kenyans already processed, a move expected to boost participation.
Vetting was quite a discriminatory process of issuing documents, and therefore the president ceased the vetting. And when that was ceased, then we developed new guidelines where the chiefs, now we became the primary people to identify those who would be able to be issued with our critical documents.
Meanwhile, youth in counties such as Kajiado and Busia are mobilizing their peers to register, saying voting remains the most effective way to influence leadership.
All right, and so like I mentioned, we're joined by IEBC Commissioner Madam Anne Nderitu by way of phone, of course, to shed light on the viral reports that anyone who registered as a voter before 2012 will have to register afresh. Madam Nderitu, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us, of course, on this Good Friday. Could you give us more clarification with regard to this?
One, I think the question here we are answering, there have been Kenyans who have been saying that they voted in 2007 and they have never come to register again after 2007. So when they go to polling stations and they don't find their name in the register, they wonder why. So that's what we are clarifying in that press release, saying that the register of 2007 and beyond was disbanded when the new constitution came on board, 2010. After that, there was boundary delimitation and there was a fresh registration. That is when ECK existed, the stage, and IIC came on board. When IIC came on board, the registration was biometric. And IIC started capturing biometric, and the IEBC now have been building on that register of 2012. And if you remember, it's a question of history. In 2012, leading to 2013 election, we had a register of around 14.5 million, and that is the register we used in 2013. When it came to 2017, we added onto that register of 2013, and we had a register of 19.6 in 2017. Then on the register of 2017, we added numbers, fresh registration, new numbers, and the register of 2022 had 22.1 million. So it is on the register of 22.1 million we are adding now, and our target is 6.3. So we expect to have a register of around 28 million if we meet our target. So the clarification here is, if any Kenyan have never come to register and biometrics taken, then he has to come and register. So he cannot assume because I voted in 2007 then I'm a registered voter. Or I've been voting all my life since 1992, coming all this way. We are just clarifying that the register that is now with IEBC starts counting from 2012, and it is the register that captures now biometrics. And we have continued to improve the biometrics along the time. But before then, the register was manual. That manual register was done away with. So the register we have is biometric and start from 2012, coming this way. IEBC called for fresh voter registration in 2012.
All right.
After that register was done away with. And that's why we are talking about any person who have never come to register as a voter from 2012 coming this way, they need to register because he belonged to the manual register which was disbanded.
All right. All right,
Yeah.
Madam Nderitu, let me just get some more clarification.
Yes.
So for anybody who was in that 2012 going backwards, they need to register afresh. So how are you, making this, information public, and how are you going to go about, like civic education? So because this is critical information that people really need to know.
Exactly what we are doing, like now releasing that press release to offer clarification. That's part of it. We also have voter mobilizers on the ground, and the clerks who are moving around in the polling in different areas within the wards are also educating Kenyans. And we also have a method where Kenyans can check whether they are registered voters. Once you check online and you see you are not registered, then you go and register.
Okay.
Because and then secondly, if you know that you ever appeared for your biometric to be taken since 2012 coming this way, then you are definitely a registered voter.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. That is Anne Nderitu, who's an IEBC commissioner, just giving us an update, some very important information that she's just telling us, with regard to the voter registry. She says that anybody who registered before 2012 needs to register afresh. That's critical information that is just coming in right now. All right, we'll keep an